Welcome back, everyone. My name is Patrick. You're watching the Oilers Rundown. Well, it might have been by the skin of their teeth, but the Edmonton Oilers just barely managed to take down the Chicago Blackhawks 2-1 last night, improving to an 8-game winning streak. The Oilers are red hot. Here in Edmonton, though, it's freezing cold. Not so bad today, but Thursday and Friday bringing those definite colder temperatures. So if you're in Edmonton, hope you can all find a way to keep warm. If you're outside of Edmonton, be grateful. But yeah, the Oilers red hot right now. Like I said, 18-6-0 since the hiring of head coach Chris Knobloch. So you love to see it. Looking at some Sportsnet stats here, the Edmonton Oilers with one of the best records in the NHL since November 24th, along with the Winnipeg Jets and Vancouver Canucks. The Oilers 16-3-0, an .842 winning percentage. Also, the Oilers during this 8-game winning streak, goals for 34, goals against 14, 19% on the power play, 91.7% on the penalty kill, a save percentage of .941, and McDavid and Draisaitl combining for 11 goals and 24 points. So clearly no secret why the Oilers are currently on an 8-game winning streak, but they will need a much better effort when they take on the Detroit Red Wings tomorrow night. So hopefully we see a step up in their play from that 2-1 victory over the Blackhawks last night. It was good enough against the Blackhawks, but it will not be good enough against stronger teams. But like head coach Chris Knobloch mentioned in his post-game interview, give the Chicago Blackhawks a ton of credit. They played their butts off last night. They gave the Oilers all they could handle. So the Oilers have to be better, but you have to also acknowledge your opponent in those games. The Blackhawks played very well. A couple other items of note today. Raphael Lavoie is headed to the AHL All-Star Game. He leads the Bakersfield Condors in scoring this year, so obviously much deserved. I know a lot of fans want to see Lavoie back up with the Oilers. I'm sure that will happen at some point here before the end of the season. But in the meantime, congrats to Raph on heading to the AHL All-Star Game. The other note I wanted to mention doesn't directly involve the Oilers, but it might sometime here in the near future. Corey Perry has been deemed eligible to return to the NHL this season. Perry does have to sign a contract by the March 8th trade deadline, so there is a timetable on this. I think Corey Perry could help the Oilers in the bottom six. Perry will still likely have his choice of quite a few teams to sign with, so I don't know if he would choose the Edmonton Oilers, but I think the Oilers are a team that could probably use him. I wouldn't focus too much on him. It's definitely got to be a league minimum contract, but I think it's a name the Edmonton Oilers would consider bringing in, especially for a playoff run to help them in that meanness and toughness department. But we'll see what happens. Like I said, don't know if Corey Perry would even be interested in signing in Edmonton, but if he is, I think the Oilers will inquire. And the top story for today comes from a Sportsnet article that was posted yesterday. Apparently, the Edmonton Oilers are keeping an eye on Columbus Blue Jackets defenseman Adam Boqvist. Boqvist has 2 years left in his contract with a $2.6 million cap hit. Basically, everything I've heard about Boqvist is that he's an offensive defenseman, so the Oilers do have Evan Bouchard there, so I don't know how much they're really going to focus in on Adam Boqvist, but it is someone they're keeping an eye on, a potential target. I imagine if the Oilers are adding Boqvist, somebody like Cody Ceci would be going out the door. Boqvist is a right-shot defenseman. The Oilers probably ideally playing him in the top four, so Bouchard, Boqvist, Desharnais, it would be a right side that we'd probably be looking at if something like this happened. Don't know if the Columbus Blue Jackets would be interested in somebody like Cody Ceci. Can't imagine that they wouldn't be. They're just having a nightmare season. They would probably take anybody that would bring a new look to their lineup at this point, but don't know if that's what the trade would look like. Cody Ceci for Adam Boqvist, probably a draft pick or something thrown in there as well, but just one potential name the Oilers were looking at. I hope they kind of aim higher than Adam Boqvist, though. I don't know if he's the ideal target that the Oilers should be going after. Like I said, more of an offensive defenseman. I think the Oilers should be going for a defensive defenseman, but we'll see what happens there. Adam Boqvist, a potential name to keep an eye on for the Edmonton Oilers. But I think that's all I have for now, guys. Let me know your thoughts on Adam Boqvist, on the Oilers' 8-game winning streak, in the comment section below. If this is your first visit to the channel and you like what you see, please consider liking and subscribing for all the latest Oilers content. You've been watching the Oilers Fanatic. Thanks for being a fan.